In this concept video, we are going to look at coterminal angles, similar to degrees, except we are now going to use 2 pi instead of 360. So let's go ahead, move down to our radians, and we'll start with number 30. So number 30, we're going to start with the initial side, always positive x, and we have it broken down into quarters. So we have 4 plus 5, 6, 7. So I'm over in this quadrant. Now, what I want to do is actually get a positive and a negative coterminal angle. And when we look at radians, we know that all the way around is 2 pi. So instead of adding 360, we're going to add 2 pi now. So if I have 7 pi over 4, I will add 2 pi, because that's really 360 degrees. And then to add fractions, I need to make this times 4. Times 4 is 8. So 8 and 7 is 15 pi over 4. That would be if I started at this angle and added another 2 pi to it. It would be 15 pi over 4. Then if I want a negative angle, I can start at 7 pi over 4 and subtract 2 pi. Again, we have to have a common denominator, so 4 times 1 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. 7 minus 8 is a negative pi over 4. And as we can notice, here we go, negative pi over 4 is where we're at. Go ahead, pause the video, and try number 31. In number 31, we look at 5 pi over 3. We have broken down pi into thirds. So we have 3 here, and then we go 2/3, and there's our initial angle. And now we're going to add and subtract 2 pi. So let's go ahead and we're going to take 5 pi over 3, and we're going to add 2 pi. But in thirds, we're going to multiply the bottom by 3 and the top by 3, and we get 6. So 6 and 5 is 11 pi over 3. That's my positive, so if I went another 2 pi around. And then to get the negative, I will take 5 pi over 3 minus 2 pi. And again, common denominator, times 3 is 6. 5 minus 6 is a negative pi over 3. So then negative pi over 3 would be here. Go ahead and try number 32 for homework, and we'll flip to the next page. In number 33, we're looking at negative angles. So this time we start here at the initial side, and we move backwards 5/4. So we go 4 plus another 1/4. We're in this quadrant. So I'm going to start off with getting a positive angle. So I have negative 5 pi over 4. We're going to add 2 pi. Again, common denominator, times 4 is 8. And negative 5 plus 8 is 3 pi over 4. Which makes sense because that is 3 pi over 4 going in the positive direction. And then we can look at negative 5 pi over 4. We're going to subtract 2 pi. Again, common denominator, times 4 is 8. So we have a negative 13 pi over 4. And that would be if I went backwards, another 2 pi. I'd end up with negative 13 pi over 4. Go ahead, pause the video, and try number 34. In number 34, we have 2 pi over 3, so we've broken pi into thirds. So we start here at our initial side, and we move 2 out of 3, because that's 3/3 would be negative pi. So we're here. And then if we want to change that into positive, so we have negative 2 pi over 3, we add to that 2 pi. So it's over 3, so times 3 on the bottom, times 3 on the top, we get 6. 6 minus 2 is 4 pi over 3. So if we actually continued by adding 2 pi, we would end up with 4 pi over 3. Now if I want to take negative 2 pi over 3 and subtract 2 pi because I want a negative angle. Again, that's times 3 is 6. Negative 2 and negative 6 is negative 8 pi over 3. Okay, go ahead and try 35 for homework.